Good afternoon. I think we've got everybody here. Okay, I think we've got everybody. Good afternoon and welcome to the ceremony of convocation for the graduating class of 2020. I'd like to start off in the spirit of reconciliation and collaboration by giving thanks to those that came before us, to recognize Park West School Division history as an organization and as settlers to these lands on Treaty 2 and Treaty 4, the original lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene people, and on the homeland of the Métis Nation. We of Park West School Division respect the treaties that were made on these territories. Today is a great day. Welcome, a day of celebration. Let's start off by making some noise to celebrate these wonderful grads, the class of 2020. Woo! My name is Bobbi-lynn and I'm the principal of Strathclair School. If there's anybody, can we hear back there, Miss Clayton? Okay. It is my incredible privilege to MC our first drive-in graduation, to honor our graduates and celebrate their achievements. This is also our first live stream graduation, so thank you to everyone who was able to join us today in person and virtually. Graduation is such a special time, and although we've had to make many changes this year, it's no less special of an accomplishment for our students, for their families, our communities, and our staff. Woo! Each and every one of you have worked very hard to get to this moment, stretching your knowledge and your skills, developing your strengths, and learning to work through the challenges, and ultimately striving for that high school diploma. We're thrilled to be able to hold this ceremony as a way to celebrate your successes at SCS. So thank you for joining us. I'd like to start off by calling on Mr. Stephen Caskew, our guest speaker, who's going to say a few words.
Well, we survived 4 years of high school at SCS. For those of you that don't know, I started my career at SCS when these graduates entered grade 9. I was flattered when I was asked to be their guest speaker, but part of me thinks it's only because I was able to get their social media references. However, in all seriousness, having the ability to speak today gave me a really good opportunity to reflect back on how much they have grown over the last 4 years. The first thing I remember is that I was literally taller than all of them, but now, not so much. The next memory of this group that comes to mind is probably the most cross-curricular field trip ever when we went camping at Salt Lake. There is physics when we went canoeing, astronomy when we went stargazing, biology when we watched Godzilla. So a fun fact, Godzilla is asexual. There was home ec when we were cooking over a fire, physical education when we were playing Man Tracker, ELA when we shared stories, and thank God I didn't need to teach any first aid. They were the first and last group I took camping, so I think it says a lot about them. I was actually willing to spend my evening with you guys. Over the last couple of years, I've witnessed these graduates overcome various challenges, whether it be in academics, sports, or just life in general. As you move forward in life, you're going to face a new set of challenges. The first challenge will be finding your sense of direction. People are going to be asking you what you do or what are you studying. I encourage you to think further than a job title or a degree. I encourage you to think about why you want to do that. Your why is your passion, and your passion is the motivation behind your work. A few examples might be: I am a welder because I want to be able to help farmers and other heavy-duty workers return to work as quickly as possible when they experience unexpected breakdowns. I want to enter healthcare because I want to do my best in helping people return to their loved ones when sickness or injuries strike. I want to work for Hydro because when emergencies strike and the lights go out, I want to be on the front lines ensuring families can heat their homes and feed their families. Another challenge you will face is decision making in general. Each of you will face decisions unique to the paths you choose. I encourage you to think about your core values and what is important to you. When you come across a difficult decision, look back at these values and what you want to be known for. Having these values in place will make these decisions slightly less difficult. Not every decision is going to be the right one. You are not expected to know everything, and you are expected to make mistakes. I encourage you to reach out to those you trust. The people here today want great things for you and want to see you succeed. As you begin your career, it is important to remember that millions of people have experienced hard days at work or hard times in general. You control how you approach them. Adversity breeds creativity. The difficult task you are facing may have a wide array of solutions. Adversity provides you with new opportunity to grow and learn. Finally, with all that is going on in the world, I want you to remember that you are in control of your own life. You control how much time you spend on social media. You control what junk food you eat. You control how much time you spend interacting with nature. You control how much time you spend reading and learning. You control if you wake up on time to make it for class or work. You control who you choose to spend your time with, and probably most importantly, you control how you measure success and happiness. After witnessing how much each of you have grown over these last 4 years, I and everyone else here believe you have what it takes to take on whatever challenges life throws at you, and we are excited to see the adults you become. Please honk your horns to toast the graduating class of 2020.
Today is a bit real test for us, not being able to shake hands or hug as often as we'd like. And it's just a challenge because we are so incredibly proud of each and every one of you. And we're just used to being able to treat all of you like our family. Thanks so much, Mr. Caskew. At this time, I'd like to call on Mr. Derek Caldwell as our soothsayer to read your prophecy for the class of 2020.
Hey, Miss Geeky, Mr. Caskew, have you guys tuned into that new streaming service called Hooya? You won't believe it. It is dedicated to what happened to the class of 2020. Yeah, seriously. Well, here, I'll just quickly log on and show you guys. Yeah, look, under reality TV is Cooking with Lincoln. Watch as Lincoln and friends attempt to create song-themed food dishes, like Ketchup Song by Latin group Los Ketchup. What can they make with ketchup? Was a dog a donut by Cat Stevens? How can they unite a cat or a dog with a donut? Milkshake by Khalees. Whose milkshake will be better than yours? and Huya's personal favorite, Coconut by Harry Nilsson. How will they put the lime in the coconut? Nothing but deliciousness and creativity here on Cooking with Lincoln. Also under that category, there's T-Dog's Kicks. See how a young Terris Mintuck literally pulls himself up by the shoelaces by taking his knowledge and love of shoes to grow the largest shoe empire, T-Dog's Kicks. How long can Terris maintain his non-slip grip on this moving industry? Can he design the next revolutionary shoe? Tune in weekly on Huya and find out. Under the feel-good sports movies, I see there's Coach Watson. Up-and-coming offensive and defensive lineman Brooks Watson is on the verge of starting his first CFL game when tragedy strikes. Brooks is mauled by a rabid duck while working at the Shoal Lake Vet Clinic, tearing his Achilles tendon. Well, 10 years later, Brooks settles for a career in welding when opportunity knocks. The disheveled and out of control Mighty Ducks youth football team is in need of a new head coach. Brooks transforms this group of misfits into an elite squad, winning the provincial championship. Also in the category is the movie Charlie. A down-on-her-luck Chelsea meets a young, down-on-his-luck former jumping horse named Charlie. Together, the pair try to reestablish Charlie's jumping glory, which includes a hilarious montage of Chelsea being thrown from the horse in various humorous ways. But while these two are trying to capture championships, they find something even more long-lasting, true companionship. This next category, a little different, fish out of water. The first movie here is called Farm City. Keegan takes his farm charm to the big city, where he catches the eye of citified Eve, the mayor's daughter. Then tragedy strikes when the food delivery system is abruptly stopped. Can Keegan take his farming knowledge and teach the city how to farm so they can become self-sustaining? Will Eve choose coming back to the farm with Keegan or city life? Then in this category is also something called freeze frame. When an evil genius kidnaps and freezes an Alliyah McCutcheon to try and clone her volleyball prowess, all seems lost until the authorities catch up with him. However, Allie's freeze capsule is misplaced in the rest and left in a storage locker. Awoken 50 years later, Alliyah reintroduces the world to truly good music of the 1970s and 1990s. Displays classic fashion style that wows the new world, and applies her volleyball skills to the world team. But will it be enough to lead the Earth to its very first intergalactic volleyball championship? Tune in and find out. Under the thriller category, there is Leave a Massage at the Beep. Lindsay's life is turned upside down when a new massage client leaves his phone behind. She answers the phone when it rings, and also under that category is Pedersen. When construction electrician Lucas Pedersen gets the contract of a lifetime on Project Falcon for Hydra, he is ecstatic. That is until he discovers the true purpose of Project Falcon is world domination. Lucas must now race around the world trying to stop the project from reaching completion, using nothing but wire strippers, a staple gun, and his electrical knowledge. Will Lucas be able to stop the evil Hydra from dominating the world? Tune in. Under the comedies, you find Professor Alliyah. When Professor Alliyah is forced into a new teaching assignment due to being too tough on students, she gets more than she bargained for. Her new assignment is to help the declining society Pi Eta Pi compete in the academic decathlon. Will she be able to use her motivational gifts to lead the likes of Jeremy the former jock, Lisa the misfit, Earl, the English as a second language student, Steve, the university's president's dim-witted son, and Marla, the marsupial, to academic success and save her career? Tune in and find out. Also in this category is All in the Family. This is a heartwarming comedy for the ages in the story of how life can get a little crazy with Brenna's kids getting up to some pretty hilarious activities. But when it gets right down to it, the love and bond of families shines through. See, I told you guys, it's all about them. You guys got to get it, especially to find out what happens to Lindsay.
That was wonderful, and after having spent as many months in quarantine as we have, I think we've seen most everything on Netflix, so we might actually have to check that one out. Okay, so we have one more speech that needs to be made before we start the awards, and that is Mr. Brooks Watson as our valedictorian.
Hello? Can everybody hear me? I gotta get my speech out first. Hello, family, staff, fellow graduates, friends, and guests. My name is Brooks Watson, and I was chosen to be the valedictorian for 2020 graduating class. I have no words for how honored I am to be giving this speech. I can tell by the people here that that was very hilarious. I don't know about how funny it was at home, but I'm just going to assume that it was. This year has definitely been very interesting. So much is different, and yet a lot is the same. You still wait for over 2 hours to see a doctor. When you go to the store, they still don't have any of what you're looking for. And valedictorian speeches are still twice as long as they need to be. Anyways, now that I have... Let me find where I went. Now that I have embarrassed myself, I will start the speech. This day is very special to everyone watching. Maybe you have graduated and are starting a new part of your life. Your child may be graduating and you can't wait to have that spare room again. You may be a family member of a grad and have to give them a card and $20. You may be a teacher or staff member saying goodbye to a kid you have taught for 4 years. Or more which... No, I didn't write that right. Or more wish that their younger sibling is a lot better behaved than they are. You may also be a friend or member of the community that the grad has invited or told about to be on the online stream. I didn't write a joke for you guys. Whoever you are to the grad, if you're here, it means so much to me that you'd come to support them. And me, I'm also graduating. Thank you to everyone for all you've done for this class. We have 10 graduates this year. Firstly is Alliyah McCutcheon, who in grade 1 was the bravest person out of anybody in the class. When all the boys were too afraid to pick up any worms, she'd roll up her sleeve and stick her whole arm in there. And I'm still bugged about that at home to this day. Next is Alliyah, who I've known for quite a few years. Her and I are very opposite. She's a quiet, hard-working girl, and I'm a loud, very loud boy who would usually get his assignments done the night before. The next person in the alphabet is Brenna. I've never really gotten the chance to get to know Brenna, But talking to staff and other students, I'm told that Brenna is very determined. And if you look past her tough persona, you will see a kind person with a twinkle in her eye. I will now be talking about Chelsea. I've known Chelsea since early elementary school, and she's a very committed volleyball player. Even when she would be playing in gym, her and the girls could never beat the boys' team. If anybody had ever been to our gym class, you know that's very not true. The next person I'm going to be talking about is Keegan. Many, if not all of you, know Keegan, whether it's from working with him or seeing him at a community event or just around town. He's a very hard worker, and he's the only man that I know that can eat 2 jars of pickles in under 10 minutes and still be able to walk afterwards. And now we come to Lindsay, a person who has never failed an assignment in her life, and it seemed like she didn't even need to try. Lincoln is next. He's been in the class since day one. A good memory I have of Lincoln is when our whole class went to the Man in Nature Museum, and we'd scare each other at night. Next is Lucas. I have known Lucas for as long as I can remember. He is a tall, blonde, sporty guy and is able to jump my total height in the air. Granted, that's not very impressive, but to me it is. Last but not least is Terris. He is the only person that I have ever met that has a pair of shoes for every hour in the day. Every time you see him, you can be sure that he is wearing a new pair of shoes. I'm very proud to have been in this class with all these wonderful people and can't wait to see what you all do. Thank you all for coming and listening. Don't forget to tip your waitress.
Great job, Mr. Watson. Okay, the time we've been waiting for. For this part of the program, each graduate will be announced one at a time, and they will come up onto the stage on that side. They're going to pick up their diploma that happens to be on the table. They can also take the bottle of water that's there for them. During this time, they're going to come up and they're going to stand on the X, and they can pose for pictures. And I'm going to read a little bit about them and their accomplishments and any awards that they won. I will not be elaborating as much this year as I normally do about each award, but this is by no means meant as disrespect to the people who have donated the awards or to the recipients. We could not present these awards without the generosity of community organizations, businesses, and individuals who make them possible. So let's have a big round of applause for our sponsors. After I have announced your awards, you're going to come off the stage and you're going to pick up the bag that has your awards with it, and you can take that and go back to your vehicle. Okay, here we go. Brenna Bone Thomas. So you can find your diploma there. Yep, and you can take the bottle of water if you want. And you can stand on the X and pose for your picture. And then I'm going to read a little bit about you. So this is Brenna. Brenna has been attending SCS since grade 9. She could often be seen helping in the school canteen with the breakfast program or the lunch preparation. Brenna is always friendly with the staff and students, greeting people with her big smile. Family and community are important to Brenna, and she shows this by helping others. Besides her diploma, Brenna will be receiving the Willard G. Burns Memorial Community Dedication Scholarship, an award donated by the Keeganey Education Authority and the Manitoba First Nation school system to a student who has volunteered and assisted in community programs and school events. Congratulations, Brenna. You are officially graduated from Strathclair Community School. Woo! Well done. And then you can come on down here and you can grab your bag. And I will try not to step on your dress. Our next graduate wasn't able to join us today, but I'd like to read about him because I do think his accomplishments are important, and anyone that's watching on live stream. Lincoln Blue Stewart Cook. Lincoln has been attending SCS since kindergarten. He has a genuine smile that can brighten any room. In grade 5, Lincoln was asked what he liked most, and he wrote down 4 things: soccer and football, because they were competitive and exciting, camping with family, and of course, French fries. Throughout his schooling, Lincoln continued to be involved in sports and an open gym. He seemed to like basketball more than soccer, but he still liked to compete. And at the end of his grade 12 year, he still seemed to like French fries, although I think he upgraded to poutine. Lincoln grew into a young man who was known at SCS for helping his peers when they needed support, and for looking out for his little sister, Grace. Besides his diploma, Lincoln is being presented with the Maurice E. Bone Memorial Sportsmanship Scholarship. This award is being donated by the Keeganey Education Authority and the Manitoba First Nation school system. Congratulations, Lincoln. You have now officially graduated from SCS. Woo! Chelsea Lindale Dutchak. There, and you can grab water if you want. Okay. Chelsea moved to SCS in grade 2. Although she appeared shy and quiet, anyone that got to know her soon found out that she was no pushover and could handle her own. Chelsea loves her dogs and cats, riding horses, camping, fishing, hunting, and at one time she loved the Maple Leafs. I'm not sure if that's still the case. Oh yeah. Chelsea loved almost anything to do with being outdoors. So although being inside and studying was not her favorite thing to do, Chelsea did well academically. Chelsea will be receiving a certificate of merit for having over 80% in Chemistry 30, Chemistry 40, and ELA Comprehensive 40. Chelsea has done so well academically that today she has earned a place in the Strathclair Community School Honor Society with a 4-year average of 88%. While learning at SCS, Chelsea also grew to love volleyball. She developed into a great libero who shone in her grade 12 season. Besides volleyball, Chelsea competed in such sports as badminton and I believe basketball. Once. Chelsea showed tremendous athletic growth in her senior year and therefore is being presented with the Most Improved Varsity Female Athlete Award. Congratulations on your graduation from SCS, Chelsea. Well done, kiddo. Yeah. Keegan Jacob Gamey. Looking good, Keegs. I'm going to stand over here and see if it's less windy. Keegan started attending SCS in kindergarten. As a learner, Keegan was creative and loved to analyze the way things worked. As he grew older, if you could relate the learning to engines and agriculture, Keegan enjoyed the learning that much more. He loved the outdoors and farming and he knew that was where he wanted to be. Keegan did enjoy playing volleyball or basketball for open gym as long as he was allowed to wear his cowboy boots. Today, besides his diploma, Keegan is being presented with the SCS Junior Firefighter Award. Keegan takes his role of the local detachment very seriously, and this definitely shows a Skyhawk making a difference. And for that, we're very proud of you, Keegan. Congratulations, you are finally free of the classroom and an official graduate of Strathclair Community School. Well done. Woo! Yeah, good job. Alyssa Isabel McCutcheon. Can you find it there, Allie? There we go. And you can take water if you want. Allie has been at SCS since kindergarten. Allie is known in the province for her athletic ability. You love her if she's on the same team, and not so much if she's against you. She's participated in provincial championships for volleyball, badminton, and has more banners in the school than most athletes for every other sport. On the volleyball court, Allie turned heads wherever she went. Most recently, she is committed to the ACC Cougars to play volleyball this upcoming fall if we are able to have sports. It is for these reasons that Allie has been named the SCS Varsity Female Top Athlete of the Year. In addition to Allie's athletics, Allie excelled in her academic pursuits. She is receiving a Certificate of Merit for Chemistry 30, ELA 40, and Allie had an overall 4-year average of 89%. This qualifies her as a member of the SCS Honor Society. Besides her diploma, based on academics, extracurricular, and community involvement, Allie is being presented with the Park West Teacher Association Bursary, the SCS Teacher Bursary, the Shoal Lake Ag Society Bursary, the ACC One to Watch Bursary, and the John H. Brooks Scholarship. Congratulations, Allie, and we wish you so well in the fall. Okay, this is killing me not to shake your hands or hug you. All right. Our next grad was not able to join us today, but she also deserves recognition, and that is Alliyah McKay Shorting. Alliyah joined SCS in Mrs. McCutcheon's grade 7 room. Before that, she attended Kesey Queenan Elementary. Alliyah is a quiet force to be reckoned with. She is a woman of strong character, and that is evident in her academic pursuits. Alliyah joined the basketball team in her grade 11 year and was most known around SCS for her quiet demeanor and her presence in the library. It is Alliyah's good attendance, strong work ethic, and positive attitude that earned her the SCS Proficiency Award. Alliyah also earned a Certificate of Merit for having an average over 80% in Human Ecology 40S. Alliyah will be attending Brandon University in the fall, and so today, besides her diploma, Alliyah is going to be presented with the Strathclair Lioness Award, the Sims and Company Award, the Bob McTavish Award, and the Florence Bone Senior Education Scholarship. Congratulations, Alliyah, and all the best at Brandon University next year. We wish you well. Terris Mintuck. Woo! Just right there. Good. Terris attended Keegan Elementary School and then Strathclair Community School High School starting in grade 9. Terry is well known in our school for his love of basketball, his love of running shoes, as Brooks had alluded to, and his spray paint art that many of you have seen. He's also known to help out when we need a volunteer for painting the hallways, moving furniture, or helping at sporting events. Terris represented our school at the Youth Leadership Conference in Winnipeg, helping plan for the future of education in our province. Throughout his schooling, Terris' love of sport was evident. Terris participated in most sports. He tried competitive golf in his grade 12 year for the very first time. He played volleyball, he competed at track and field, and he lived for basketball. Terris showed great growth as an athlete and has been chosen as this year's most improved male varsity athlete. Congratulations. In addition to his diploma, Terris is being presented with a certificate of merit for having over 80% in human ecology. The Holly Dexter Memorial Award is being presented to Terris for him having shown perseverance in his studies. And the Maurice E. Bone Memorial Scholarship is being presented to Terris for showing sportsmanship in areas of recreation, physical education, intramurals, and team sports. Congratulations on your graduation from SCS, Terris. We wish you well. Lucas John Pedersen. Woo! Found it? Since kindergarten, Lucas has attended SCS. Throughout his schooling, Lucas enjoyed sports. He excelled at curling, qualifying all 4 years of high school for provincial championships. And how many years did you skip that?
4.
All 4 years you were the skip. Fantastic. He was also a member of the varsity boys volleyball team, the basketball team, and was an all-star for the baseball team, I believe, graduating all-star. I believe you got named as a graduating all-star even though we didn't have a season this year, so you must be good. Woo! This year, for his athletic contributions as a Skyhawk, Lucas has been named SCS Varsity Male Top Athlete of the Year. Lucas has also excelled academically at SCS, earning Certificate of Merit for average over 80% in chemistry, 30, and pre-calculus math, 40. His 4-year average was 87%, qualifying him for the SCS Honor Society. Lucas plans to attend ACC next year for construction electrician program. Besides his diploma, Lucas is being presented with the Strathclair Lions Bursary, the Cook Memorial Scholarship, the Westman Communications Bursary, the Bob McTavish Award, the RTM Scholarship, and the J.H. Brooks Scholarship. Congratulations and all the best next year at ACC. Well done. Good job. So then you can come down there and grab your bag. Brooks Thomas Russell Watson. Woo! Yeah, only your mom uses your full name when you're in trouble, right? Good. All set? Brooks has attended SCS throughout his schooling, and he's been known for his love of music, his creative talents, and mostly for his willingness to volunteer. Brooks has also been known for excelling at varsity football, as the captain of the team, supporting them even when he was sidelined with a serious injury this past year. Throughout his schooling, Brooks competed in curling, volleyball, golf, track and field, and every sport that he possibly could. Each year, Brooks was on the student council, and this year, he was the student council president. Brooks represented our school at the Youth Leadership Conference in Winnipeg, helping plan for education in Manitoba for the future. He helped decorate the school for special occasions, painted walls when we needed volunteers, and emceed the Christmas concert, helped with fundraisers, organized activities for Spirit Week, and helped run various canteens, and so much more. It's for this reason that Brooks won the Provincial Citizenship Award, and today he's being presented with the Riding Mountain Constituency Citizenship Award. At SCS, we strive for respect, responsibility, work ethic, and safety. And Brooks has exemplified these characteristics throughout his grade 12 year. And therefore, it is with great pleasure that Brooks will also receive the Strathclair Community School Hawk Award. I lost my clip off this, so if all of these go flying, you're going to have to save them. Okay. Musically, Brooks generally could be found playing percussion for various bands since grade 7. The Band Parents Association would therefore like to acknowledge Brooks' participation in the band program throughout his entire high schooling by presenting him with an award. Academically, Brooks has set the record for the most credits ever earned by a Strathclair Community School graduate, with 48.5 credits in 4 years. He figured that if his report cards were long, his mom and dad wouldn't have to actually go through them all. Seriously though, on those, Brooks has earned certificates of merit in his high school apprenticeship credits for numbers 5, 6, 7, and 8, for having over 80% in all of those. 2 of them, he had 100%. His band 40S, and his credit for paid employment 30 and 40S. So Brooks is not just a pretty face. He's done well, very, very well academically as well. Because he has completed all 8 of his apprenticeship credits, he will earn a high school apprenticeship certificate. And over the 4 years of high school, Brooks' average was 84%, earning him a place in the Honor Society of Strathclair Community School. Brooks will be attending the Manitoba Institute of Trades and Technology to pursue welding. In addition to his diploma, as a result of his community service, extracurricular, and academics, Brooks is being presented with the Student Council Bursary, the Beta Sigma Phi Bursary, the Sunrise Credit Union Bursary, the Heritage Co-op Bursary, the Kyle McLean Award for Community Service, the Newdale Centennial Award, the Verns Custom Agro Award, the RM of Yellowhead Award, the Bob McTavish Award, the Minnedosa Archery Bursary, the Shoal Lake Vet Clinic Bursary, and the J.H. Brooks Scholarship. Congratulations and all the best. Ready for this? Lindsay Margaret Winstone. you want to come up to the X if that's okay? Thanks, kiddo. Okay. Lindsay has attended SCS since kindergarten. She's been known for her wonderful work on the Strathclair Community School yearbook throughout her middle years and high school years. And if any of you have had a chance to look at them, they're absolutely gorgeous. As the editor of the yearbook, she's had an active role in the student council and has been willing to help on many of our events. In addition to that, Lindsay competed in high school athletics with varsity volleyball and curling when there actually was a female varsity team. I think, did you do basketball one year too? Yeah. Academically, Lindsay excelled in maths and sciences. Today, she will receive certificates of merit in Chemistry 30, Chemistry 40, ELA Comprehensive 40, Pre-Calculus Math 40, and with a 4-year average of 93%, she has earned top place in our SCS Honor Society. That's awesome. There are several ways that we calculate averages at SCS, and one of the ways for highest average award is by using the 40S ELA, the Pre-Calculus Math, and 2 other grade 12 electives. With that calculation, Lindsay earns highest average of grade 12 with an 87%. I think that's wonderful. There's another academic award that has a little different formula, and for this formula, we have to use all of the grade 11 and 12 credits on a student's transcript. And it is with great pleasure and incredible pride that we present Lindsay with the Governor General Bronze Medal with an average of 89%. Lindsay will be pursuing a massage therapy at Robertson Career College in the fall. Besides her diploma, based on her academics, extracurricular, and community service, Lindsay is being presented with the Student Council Bursary, the WIC Award, the J.J. Jackson Award, the Royal Bank Award, the Park West School Division Award, the Audrey McTavish Bursary, the Bob McTavish Award, the Stella Harvey Memorial Award, and the J.H. Brooks Award. In addition, because Lindsay has earned over 85% on each of these courses, Pre-Calculus 40, Biology 40, Chemistry 40, and Physics 40. She had over 85 in each of those. She will also receive the Shoal Lake Pharmacy Scholarship. Congratulations, Lindsay. You are now a graduate of Strathclair Community School. Well done. Wow, what an amazing group of people. Obviously, it takes many people to put on an event like this one. If I miss someone, I apologize. It's not intentional, and please accept my sincere apologies. But I want to say a huge thank you again to the businesses, groups, and individuals who sponsored awards this year and who have in the past. At Strathclair School, we give out over $20,000 that is available to our students, and that's an incredible, and that's only because of our sponsors. I know that I want to say thank you to the Strathclair Community School staff members who helped prepare for Grad in any way. Thank you to the Park West School Division and to 45 Networks for the live stream and for the sound today. Thank you to all the parents and family members of the graduates for all their help in preparing for this event. A huge thank you to Mrs. Ashley McCutcheon for printing certificates, ordering awards, we didn't end up making programs this year, but we may make some commemorative ones. Printing out checks, preparing envelopes, preparing transcripts, and everything else that she did behind the scenes to help get us ready for this event. And last but not least, a huge thank you to Mrs. Wright for acting as the grad advisor again this year. It takes countless text messages and meetings and phone calls. Her hard work in organizing this event is all volunteer, and she always works hard to make sure every year it's a success and that it's special. And this is an even bigger job when trying to do it in a pandemic. Thank you, Mrs. Wright. You are incredible. Thank you to Brooks for the valedictorian speech, to Mr. Caskew and Mr. Caldwell for their speeches. And in closing, I would again like to congratulate all of the graduates. We are so incredibly proud of each and every one of you. Graduation means that one part of your life is ending and another is beginning. Remember not to take any parts of your life for granted. To do your best, enjoy every moment as best you can. Don't be afraid to take risks and make mistakes, but do your best to learn from them. And of course, always remember, once a skyhawk, always a skyhawk. You did it, you're free. Okay, so as we have people leaving, we're going to ask that cars maybe peel off one family group at a time so that we try and avoid collisions as much as possible. Drive safe, have a great evening. We're incredibly proud of you, and good luck.